Okay, hello, Gryffindor. Are you there? How's it going? It's been a minute, right? Been a heck of a almost 2 months since I last spoke to you. In fact, you and Hufflepuff, I screwed up. And on the last reading I did for you guys, I did say it in the description that there was a part where I was like, oh, it's a Chinese fireball, but no, it was really the Hungarian horntail. I stand by the fact that I read it as a Chinese fireball, but yeah, my brain doesn't work sometimes, and yeah, so I apologize. I still feel that the way I read it was the message that was supposed to come through, but who knows? Reading the card wrong, or just seeing the wrong creature on there. I don't know. Hopefully everything is good, right? Okay. It's all just for fun anyways. That's what I'm doing right now. Kids are all moved out, and I am here to just have some fun. Also, you might notice that I'm just going straight to pulling the cards because I realized when I did the Hufflepuff reading first, you guys are actually my last one, I realized that it's a horrible, obnoxious sound listening to me shuffle the cards on the video. So I will no longer be doing that on video. I will be doing it before the recording. Okay? All right. So, October, huh? So I'm doing this for Halloween. Today is Halloween. I'm posting this on Halloween. I felt so liberated because it's now just me, my husband, my mom, and my sister. That's all that's left here. And pretty thrilled about it, actually. You know, not that kids are bad, not that I don't like having kids, but it's amazing how much energy they take out of you, even as they're young adults and all that kinds of stuff. And, you know, that's all good and everything, but now I'm like, wow, I have time. I can do, like, my own thing. Hell yeah, I can just chill in my office and read cards of my own system that nobody else can tell me what to do, right? That's what I'm doing. Having a good time doing it. Yeah. So October, I think I just said this. At this point, I don't know what I've said. Full moon starting, full moon ending, and the point is that going forward, nothing is going to be the same. Like, I don't know if you can feel it or not, but I feel it in the air. And I mean, it's kind of obvious. You don't have to be some kind of genius or soothsayer to see that the world is changing. Changing and changing quickly. Aha! Look, guys. Chinese fireball dragon. Haha. Swedish. Why can't I say... Okay, so this card just came out for somebody else. I don't remember if it was for Slytherin or if it was for Ravenclaw, because my brain's already kind of going loopy as far as memory goes. Short-term memory is a little bit spotty for me. The more stressed and the more tired I am, the less I tend to remember. And now I have no idea what that... Oh yeah. So, but I can't say Swedish short snout. Say that like 16 times fast. I can't even say it twice. Okay, there's one more card. There's a third. One more, and then I will pull a clarifier from the Harry Potter Tarot card deck. Okay. Oh. Who is it? Harry's wand. All right. While we look at those, I have also, like I said, shuffled both decks off camera. Here's that other deck right here. So now we're gonna get you a yeah, you know, a thing. Clarifier card, that's the word. Guys, I've had 2 concussions, so I mean, it's not something that I would say because I like to like brag about it. I say it because I've my ego was pretty big, okay? Like, I mean, I'm Slytherin house. What do you want from me, right? So I was always very sure of what I said. I took a long time to say what I needed to say. I thought about what I needed to say. And I knew what I was saying, you know? So it's like now words that aren't the right words, they substitute themselves. I asked my sister for the sour cream today for the toast. And I was pointing to it. But see, the funny thing is I actually like sour cream on bread. So what does she do? She brings me a sour cream. That's not what I wanted. I wanted the cream cheese. But I couldn't say that. I couldn't say cream cheese. I kept saying sour cream. And then she like looked and then she was like, oh, you mean the cream cheese. Like, that's just how my brain works now. It's not just some quirky little cute thing. No, it's my reality. And so that's the only reason why I bring it up sometimes and say, hey, 2 concussions, because, brain damage isn't a joke, especially when you compound that with, any kind of mental illness or just anything else. Yeah, it gets interesting. All right, let's crack in. Enough about me. Let's talk about you, right? Ooh, the Emperor. So that's who came out. Every time I see this card, I'm always like, oh, it's Harry, but no, it's not. This is James. James the Emperor. Okay, prongs, right? That's your clarifier card. All right, give me a minute. So we have 2 of the Triwizard dragons. We have Harry's wand. Fox. Ooh, the ticket. A sorting hat. Barty Crouch Jr. and Xenophilius Lovegood. Sometimes I read characters like this as like people who have a duplicity, right? But the thing is we all have a duplicity. They're within all of us. There's there's our light and there's our dark side, right? And I wouldn't exactly call him duplicitous. Having duplicity, whatever that word is. I wouldn't call him that. I would just say that, he didn't want to turn Harry and the kids in, but I mean, he was doing it for Luna, right? So that's like, I'm going with like that father love energy and father love energy. However, that also bit him in the ass. He was really hoping that Daddy would protect him when he was being a bad boy, but it didn't work out too well, did it? It kind of got him locked up. But his mother, oh, how funny, right? All of these stories revolve around like some kind of motherly sacrifice, right? Like, he was a good father, right? Like, he's there for Luna. He's single dad. He's caring for her. And Luna turned out, pretty damn good. But, not but. I'm not going to say but. I'm going to say that, one thing she got from her mom was, among many other things, but the whole, ooh, she could see the thestrals, right? So it's like her mother's sacrifice opened up her eyes to something, right? Okay, stick with me because I feel like I have a thought forming there. And then with Barty Crouch Jr., right? His mom, if memory serves me correctly, which sometimes it fails, but like she was sick, right? So she went as like a substitute for him, right? And took his place in Azkaban so that he could be released and he could come live with his dad. And so his dad was kind of like, protecting him and everything. Winky was helping out with that. But then Barty was still bad. Junior still wanted to run with the big boys and cause problems. And then, of course, we have here where, Harry idolizes James. And he just thinks he's just, yeah, he's cool and he doesn't strut. But, he's kind of a punk. And really, it was the mom that was, At least how the story's written, right? I feel like there's some kind of... Okay, so I just noticed this. His wand has his feather within the wand. So, I mean, talk about duplicity. That's like a straight connection right there. Sometimes I feel like I play memory with these. Not memory like my memory as in messed up memory, but you know, like the game of memory where you have the cards and you flip them over and then you're like, oh look, there's a pair. Oh, that's a perfect pair. And that's at the ending of it. Okay, let me touch on these real quick. So, ha, 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 ha. So actual Chinese fireball dragon, and this one, and I mean it this time, is self-sabotage. So what's up, Gryffindor? Like I was reading last time that you guys were self-sabotaging yourself, and that's like at the beginning of September, and here we are end of October. Are you guys still doing that? Are you selling yourself short? Or quite possibly you've overcome that, like you're not doing it anymore. Or maybe you're turning some kind of blind eye. Maybe you're confused about the election and which way to cast your vote. Or maybe you're just not sure about what the results of the election are going to be, which, I mean, I'm not going to touch on that. I don't want to go political on this, guys. I'm not going to. But I'm just going to say that if that's what's on your mind right now, it's out of our hands, guys. Cast your vote. Do your part. You're part of a democracy. Well, that's for those of you that live in the United States. Bold of me to assume that there's other people who don't live in the United States who might actually be watching this. If you are, hi. But if you're in the United States, cast your vote, guys. We live in a democratic country. It is your civic duty to vote. Who you're going to vote for, not my business. And again, this is not the place for me to go political, so I won't. But because it was the blind curse that, or the blind jinx that allowed Crumb to, to grab her egg. That's why I'm thinking like, okay, if it's not self-sabotaging, and, because, you put a drop in a hat, right? You put your little tickets in the hat, right? And then, you fish one out and then that's the winner, right? So I don't know. I was just wondering if maybe that has something to do with it. And we have the Swedish, oh gosh. So we have this guy right here, that Swedish dragon. And now that one's the one that, wow, I just pulled the damn thing. You'd think I'd know what the hell I was saying. So Cedric, right? So Cedric, this was his dragon. And because I took a break on the last one and I went and I Googled it because I wanted to make sure. I was like, okay, hold on a second. Pretty sure it was some kind of disguise was used. And yes, so Crumb distracted the dragon mama with a rock turned into a dog. But that didn't last long, so, the dragon still kind of caught on, but whatever. So that's how Cedric beat that dragon, was with a disguise. And here we have a disguise, right? So we have this disguising thing going on. But now, here it's like, okay, you got a ticket. You got a ticket, Gryffindor. Where would you go? Like oh man, if you could ride the Hogwarts Express, would you get on? I would. I would. God, I would. A heartbeat. Cool. Now, how do I bring this all together, guys? What am I seeing? What's like this overall? So the overall is the Emperor energy. So this fatherly, like, kind of chilling attitude, right? I don't know. But yeah, I have all of this like motherly sacrifices going on. Give me a second. Give me a second. It'll come to me. Wow. Okay, so this is a little tough. Okay, so we have, so the Phoenix has like all this strength, right? The strength and the healing properties. Harry's wand, like he pretty much rocks that wand until it gets broken, right? That wand serves him very faithfully. Just like Fox serves Dumbledore faithfully until Dumbledore is gone. And you know, and I'm pretty sure James was what you could call, you know, very faithful, very loyal. Maybe that's what it is. Okay. All right. A sense of loyalty here. That's what I'm getting. So what the hell does that mean? What's it gonna apply to? Okay, so like not knowing, somebody making a decision for you, possibly. Somebody telling you which way to go. And then, okay, so I'm getting like this sense of agency that's outside of your hands. Okay. Maybe either you are like the father figure, like kind of the ringleader person, right? Who's trying to do like that providing and sheltering type of energy. Like you're trying to protect somebody. Or, so there's that side of it, right? Or the other side that I have of it, which is coming through a little bit more, which is just this, you don't have your sense of agency right now. Like you're waiting, like, okay, like right when, in the third book, when Harry casts his Patronus and he absolutely knows, up until he finds out it wasn't, but he knows it was his dad, right? He knows it's his dad that came to rescue him, right? Somebody came to rescue him. Somebody chose him. He was given a way out of his horrible living situation. The hat was going to either put him in Gryffindor or would put him in Slytherin, but he wanted to be in Gryffindor, but he ultimately had that choice, but he was getting sorted either way, right? And then these two ladies, they didn't have a choice. They were basically kidnapped and brought in with their nest. She lost her entire nest just for a game, for sport. And I don't think her nest was destroyed. I could be wrong, but I'm not going to pause another video to go and Google that. All I know is that, yeah, it was like a transfiguration jinx spell, charm that distracted her long enough for the egg to get stolen, which neither one of those eggs were theirs, right? So it's like, you know, this adopted and fostering energy, but like this being deceived, and there's like this deception, right? He okay, yeah, I'm just gonna go with, yeah, deception. He's an ass, right? But he is also very deceptive. He's like, yeah, come on in, chill. Luna will be back soon, you know? Let's have some tea. Let's talk about some stuff. And then, oh, don't go anywhere. And then, oh, Voldemort, right? So who's deceiving you? Who is taking away your agency? Like, are you feeling in need of being rescued? God, that's what I'm... I don't know who that message is for, but I feel you. It's such a dark and crazy, screwed up time right now. Like, I don't know, like, am I talking to somebody who just lost their mom? You know, that this lack of mother, right? Like, there's a lot of this defeating of the maternal and this rise of the patriarchy, right? Like, who's hurting? Who hurt you, Gryffindor? Like, I feel like somebody out there is just waiting to be rescued. And you know what? I'm going to go with, at the end, it wasn't James that rescued Harry. It wasn't his dad. It was him. You know, the wand wouldn't have worked for anybody else but Harry, right? Harry was selected, and Fox understood Harry's loyalty, and you know, he came to him when he needed to. Like, that wasn't James, that was Harry, you know? So I think ultimately, Gryffindor, if you're feeling kind of really dejected, baby, you got the answer inside of you. You really do. Like, you're standing across there. It's just not 3 hours later. You know, give yourself a little bit of time, because time is going to put this all into perspective. And I think that's what I'm getting out of this, is just this very muddled energy of just, get me out of here. When is this going to stop? And you know what? You're going to get to a point in just a little bit where you're going to be like, oh, okay. All right, well, that makes sense. Now, hopefully, this isn't talking about like this big, huge global energy. It's hard to not talk about the global energy, right? Because we're all feeling it. But, you know, I'm trying to keep this within our own intimate lives, okay? So for somebody out there, Gryffindor, I'm feeling that just give it a little bit of time. You're going to find your way, all right? What you need is going to come to you, all right? It's going to come to you swiftly, and it's going to be absolutely right for you. And it's going to be you that's going to save yourself. You are going to pick yourself up. Pick yourself up by the bootstraps, because that's totally feasible. Yeah, no. But it's going to be you. It's going to be you that's going to fix your perspective. I don't want to say your problem, but, you know, only you can get through the challenge. Only you can get past that obstacle. So, that hurt my heart. Gryffindor, I feel for you. I sure hope that you are okay. It is Halloween. Like I said, bookend month. Everything is different from here on out, and that's okay. Like I said, I think in maybe the Hufflepuff video, I'm not sure, but I said something along the lines of, you know, whenever there's this change, there's also opportunity. So just be patient. It's coming. It's coming. Everything's going to change. You know, we're in the 4th year, okay? We've lost someone. Our hearts are hurting, right? But life does go on. We'll get through it. Okay? All right. Well, that was a hell of a way to end this week's readings. But I'm going to go ahead and say I love you guys. Happy Halloween. Please be safe. And I will see you next week, because I am going to stick to this, because I foresee loads of time in my future. Save the whole fact that I'm running a farm and I have nobody helping me now. I mean, not really nobody, but, you know, there's no extra hands on deck. So I have all the extra chores to do by myself. But I love you guys, and you take care. Until next time. Bye-bye.